Hello, everyone, and welcome to the commentary zone. As you enter the room, please don't forget to give us a little thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, the notification bell, and tell a friend. All right, y'all. On the docket today, we have Seeking Brother Husband, Season 1, Episode 2. 3's a crowd, but 4... Sorry about that, y'all. I'm a little flustered because I hate having internet issues. Welcome, everybody. Don't forget to give us a little thumbs up. Thanks for hanging in there with us. I'm very confused about this show, Jamal. I'm very confused. Okay. So this is different than what Cody and them be doing, because they actually want to marry multiple people and be in long-term relationships and build families. And these people, it seems more to me, I agree with Mike, it seemed like an open relationship. It doesn't seem like they want to build families.
No, they don't.
They do?
No, what I'm saying is, it's like, it's weird because with them, it's like, and the best way I can put it is like that. It's like, it's not like they're not in love with their husband or wife. It's not that. It's that they're not being fulfilled. Like, something's lacking, and with Elisa and Mike, it's kind of obvious what's lacking. Like, to me, their issues are the easiest to see. She married someone completely the opposite of her, and that's not working for her. That's not working for her.
Because but that's what happens when you marry for insurance benefits and a 401k.
And Mike is boring. I'm telling you, she's over missionary. She's tired.
Oh my God.
That's what with them. That's what it is. That is exactly what it is.
I can't.
And Mike is insecure. And this episode,
who are we talking about first? Let's just
Elisa and Mike.
Elisa and Mike. All right, these two bobos.
If she isn't Garrick to a T in this episode,
I told you so last week.
You did, but did you? Okay, did you notice the way she was trying to convince him that this is the way to go? Like, she has this man convinced that they actually came to this decision together, and I'm like, where?
And then saying in the confessionals, he's not quite understanding what I'm trying to tell him. Girl, bye. If you don't sit down. You telling him you want an open relationship and he is now getting it.
Ryan asked, like, aren't Elisa and Mike newlyweds? I believe so. But
they've been together for a while, though.
For a while, right. But I'm looking at him like, you are Danielle. Mm-hmm. I'm just waiting for you to start crying.
Uh-huh.
And you got Elisa over here who's Garrett trying to gaslight you everywhere. So what did you think?
With them, it was more him sitting at home having a TV dinner while she was out on her date with the painter who just basically is on the dating apps to find women that he could sex and then paint. That was cringe. That was really cringe. And she talking about, I don't think there's any chemistry because he's basically here to date and I'm here looking for a relationship. No, you're not. No, you're not. I don't get anywhere that you looking for a relationship. I think you get off on telling these people that you're dating that you're married and you want to go outside of your marriage. I think that's your kink.
Right. And Mike's like, okay, let's go back a little bit before I get to the next part. Mm-hmm. Did anyone else find it just extremely odd that she's getting ready for her date and he's sliding into bed with his laptop?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what?
And then at the end when she come back, he want a recap. Be careful what you wish for. You just might get it.
Right? Okay, so he's crying. She's getting ready for her date. He's not helping her get ready. He slides into bed with his laptop, and he asks like, "Okay, like does so and so know you're married?" And she's like, "Oh yeah." It's like it's the first thing on my profile. I'm gonna need to see that profile so I can have verification, please, because you can tell him anything.
But that's why I think that's the thing that's the biggest turn on for her. She's letting these people know that she married and she ready to get some. And if Mike isn't careful, he's not going to have to worry about her defiling their spare bedroom. She's gonna bring that man up in y'all bed.
Exactly. So
Mm-hmm.
she gets ready. She goes out. She goes on a date. She's like, I'm like, whatever, whatever. She comes back now. We get into the recap, right? When she recaps, she tells like, I don't think he's like the right fit. Basically, what she's saying, she's like, it seems like he's looking more for like friends with benefits type situation. And Mike's like, yeah, that's not what you're looking for. But then she comes in, but it could happen. I'm like, see, I'm like, oh, Mike.
She
She
hit him
didn't
with the
only know
okie
kids.
doke.
I'm thinking like, what? It could happen.
Mm-hmm.
And and she was like, oh yeah, but it could happen though. Like he's supposed to like accept that she is a whole mess, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of here for her because she's just blatantly gaslighting this man. And we gonna see what happens next week when they get Mama Mike on the line because we gonna need what she talking about.
Oh my God. But you know what? I'm kind of glad that because based on the clips for next week, we see him, Mike, and Elisa having a conversation with his mom. That's how it should be. Not Elisa and her mom inviting mom over to like crumpets and tea to try and gaslight her into thinking that this relationship is good for her son. Mike needs to be in this conversation to speak to his mom to say, look, this is what I agreed to. Because if it's Elisa and her mom, it sounds scammerish.
Oh, not the scammerish.
It do. Because if I'm a mother, I'm going to think, so wait, I ain't hearing nothing from my son. I'm hearing from your hoe ass and your mama hoe ass condoning self trying to talk me into this bullshit. Where's my son? Where do y'all have him buried?
Oh my goodness. No, but that
That's
is a
what I'm
point.
thinking.
No, but it's a valid point because like I don't need to hear from you because you are my especially the her mother like you was just gonna side with
Mm-hmm.
your daughter regardless. Just like
Exactly.
I'm gonna side with my son. I need to hear what my son's got to say.
Exactly. And
And
when I
why does
have that
Mike?
conversation with my son and he tell me that this is what we agreed to, I'm gonna be like, who cooking the food in your house? Because if she is, stop eating it. Test the
But,
water, test the food.
but here's the thing though with her and him. When I look at him, I'm like, dude, like he's in a trance all the time. Now I'm looking like
Mm-hmm.
Mike, blink twice if you need help. We'll find someone to
Listen,
come get you.
that last confessional where he said, where she threw in the friends with benefit, and he was like, that sounds more like a open relationship kind of situation. Like his eyes was wide open. He was a little shook in there. I think by next week he gonna be crying.
Oh, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. Like, I don't see how he's not crying next week.
Agreed, Ryan. I don't understand how these people claim that they're in committed relationships if the women want to casually date. Like, why? What? Don't get married.
And here's the thing I want to know how she conned him into getting married with the foolishness that she's spewing
I don't know. And with the cheaterization,
before the marriage.
exactly. Like, that makes no sense to me, but maybe she has him thinking that nobody else wants him.
I mean, he is gainfully employed, 401k, probably stock insurance. He's a catch.
But are they having sex though?
I'm go.
They've
It,
never
it, it,
confirmed
it,
it. Other couples confirm whether they having sex or not. The two black couple, thruples, triples, whatever. Um, the black people on the show have confirmed whether they're having sex with their original partner or not.
mm-hmm.
The white people, I don't remember her saying that she's having sex with Mike, Elisa, and I don't remember
Kim.
Kim saying that she having sex with Dustin. I know she was dicking down Vincent, and yeah, but she's not doing Vincent anymore because she want to find more partners. Oh my God.
I think it's more him actually. With that situation, is more Vincent than her for sure.
Vincent wants
Because
to find more partners?
no, what it is that they're not having sex because Vincent doesn't want to have sex because he doesn't know where he stands. Like she wants Vincent because she's trying to win Vincent back. But Kim, you're not gonna do it with that soup though. I'm just maybe some ham hock or something.
But
Get
how's
up on
she
that.
expecting to win Vincent back? Wait, hold on. Let's finish talking about Alyssa because I think we almost done. Anything else with Alyssa?
Nope.
Okay. Who's next? Let's bring up the next casualty.
Let's do Kim. Let's get to Kim and Vincent and Dustin is his name, I think.
Dustin is the husband, and
Right.
Vincent is
The would
the
be man, the
the
side piece.
side piece, something. But he ain't even a side piece because they're not having sex, like you said, and he feels like his relationship with her is threatened because she's looking for extra dudes, and he has a better relationship with Dustin. Like,
Right, but here's my
is
okay.
Dustin attracted to Vincent?
I think they're attracted to each other. That's just my personal opinion. But that's just my opinion. But I want to go back to Vincent real quick. Now I understand Vincent's point of view. I really do. But here's where I have a problem with Vincent to a degree. Sir, you can't be mad at her for wanting to find other men when you were the other man yourself. That makes
That's
no
what I
sense to me.
couldn't figure out. That's what I couldn't figure out. He's asking Dustin if his emotional connection is being diminished when another person's coming in. But you was the third not too long ago, and you didn't care about that.
Right.
And then, damn you, Dustin, you there trying to coach him through his emotional
Right?
crisis. What are y'all doing over at that? What's in that soup? Mm-mm-mm.
And they're like,
Ryan. He do seem like the type of person to watch. He's a voyeur. Mm-hmm.
for sure.
Oh, child.
But they were like, like we're like brothers, and like our friendship is like super, and it's both of them saying like super important. I'm like, for me, and tell me if I'm looking at this completely wrong. I'm looking at them like, is Kim really necessary for y'all?
So disgusting. You are so disgusting.
No, it's like the way they act is it's interesting because when you think about their scene, right?
Uh-huh.
It's about their friendship, their connection. Vincent and Kim aren't like on terms, but it's really important for Vincent to be friends with Dustin. Like, okay, how can I put this? Like, Debbie, could you, like, how would you feel if your man and your side piece become friends and the side piece is no longer like the side piece at the moment, but he still want to come over to your house to spend time with your man?
It would be awkward. It would be awkward unless I am trying to get back my side piece, but Kim, I don't know what Kim is doing other than making soup and planting flowers. Like, is she actively dating? Is that the problem, that the reason why Vincent has pulled back? Like,
Yes. Yes.
here's the thing.
Okay.
If I was looking for like plural husbands, I would be looking in like how Cody and them got it set up. Like, I would need my husbands together and I would want everybody under one roof. They
Mhm.
would have to come visit me in my room, and then you can go before sunup. I don't want you staying over, kind of thing. I'm not bed hopping. They got to come to me. I'm lazy at this point. And everybody has to get along, right?
Right.
But
And the husband, and
um
then they're getting along, but because the husband is coaching the side piece right now, so
right, but they're not getting along because nobody's having sex with Kim.
well, I mean, what I'm saying is Dustin and Vincent are getting along, but it's
Mhm.
like Cam is the one that's like she's been pretty much non-existent.
That's because Dustin is the recruiter. He's the Mary in this
Oh,
situation. He is the recruiter. He is running the
oh,
game on these men.
God. Okay, okay, okay. I didn't look at it from that point of view.
He's guilting
Wow,
Vincent into staying.
wow. I did not look at it that way. Damn, damn, Debbie.
That's how it felt to me. That's how it
I
felt to me.
mean, when you put it in those terms, and I take a step back and think about it from that angle, like because now that I think about it, it did seem like the coaching session was to keep Vincent in the family, so to speak.
Okay. Okay, let's go back to their scenes. Remember, she comes out with the dog first. She has her
Hmm.
whole little garden thing set up, and she's there pretending she's planting, and she's giving Dustin his final instructions. Vincent comes over. Vincent and Dustin hug. Hey, bro, love you. And she bends down and starts planting, but she's looking and she's watching, and she gave Dustin the final instructions before Vincent got there, and then she stayed on at the beginning to make sure that Dustin did his job right. And until she felt comfortable, that's when she got up and said, "Oh, I've got to go in and make dinner." She only put one thing into the ground. She ain't do nothing. She was out there watching that Dustin was going to do the business. Keep the recruit in line. And then she left. She's a manipulative cow. Dustin is under her trance, and they trying desperately to keep Vincent there. Where's Vincent mother?
I thought he
Where
was
is
estranged.
Vincent mother?
I thought he was estranged from his family.
Hmm. And Vincent is upset about this because he's not letting the kids come over anymore.
Hmm.
But yeah, I saw a little manipulation going on there. I did.
I don't
Mm-mm,
think you're wrong.
mm-mm. All right, so those were those bobo heads. Who's next? We have anything else to talk about them?
Nah.
All right, so who next?
Let's do the new couple, the new throuple. Was it
Okay, so
Shara? Go
Shara,
ahead.
Patrick, and Noble. This a mess. This is not what I was expecting.
No.
Okay, so based on the picture, on the left is Patrick, he's the husband. In the middle is Shara, she's the wife legally to Patrick, and then she brought in Noble, who's on the right. Um But okay, so she's been with Patrick for 13 years.
Yes, 13 years.
And then she brought in Noble 5 years, something
Two
like
years.
that. 2 years.
2 years.
Okay. So she'd been with her husband for 13 years, met him when she was preparing his taxes when he had hair. And within a couple of years, she got into an accident, a car accident. And she has like some physical therapy or something like that, but she lost confidence in herself. Sex drive went down. So basically, they haven't had sex in 10 years. So then they
But
started talking about bringing in someone else, and they met this Bobo. Well, she met this Bobo at a convention or something like that during the
a
middle of
retreat.
a retreat during the middle of the
Right.
pandemic. And he lived in another state. He asked her where she lived. She said Atlanta. He said, well, I guess I got to move there. And they moved him into their basement during the panorama.
Right, but I'm gonna go back. So what it was, she was in her accident, this, and that. I don't think it was her. It wasn't her sex drive that went out. It was him, because she said her confidence was shot. So I'm like, oh, he cut off the sex, because probably he was a care. He was probably her caregiver at some point, which can happen when in the marriage, when one person becomes a caregiver unexpectedly for the other
Mm-hmm.
person, they become less attracted to them, and it just happens. But they have been together for a minute and they love each other. It's just some things were missing. So she had an itch, she needed to be scratched, and she went out hunting, and she found Noble at the retreat,
Mm,
who
mm.
who they decided to move in during the pandemic.
But wait, when Patrick started saying, all of a sudden I started hearing noises and grunting and groaning and screaming and banging and like dunk, dunk, dunk. I was like, wait, what? You upstairs, there's a whole floor in between you, and they're down in the
Right,
basement. And they didn't bother to tell you that they were in an intimate relationship in your home.
right,
Oh my god. And then Noble gonna sit there at the island in the kitchen having dinner with them saying, yeah, maybe we should have communicated better. We should have had a group meeting. I was like, wait, I was so lost in this. I didn't even realize that they kicked him out.
right.
And then on top of that, the reason why they kicked him out was because he was still dating and going out. What? And he's still coming over?
Mm-hmm.
What am I missing? What am I missing? I just don't get this. She
It's just,
said some
and
mess.
then
But what was that mess she was saying that her family was telling her to divorce Patrick because they're not
yes,
having sex? And she's like,
yes.
but I still love him. Like, why are you staying? Is it for benefits?
Basically, she's saying, well, her thing is, just because you're not having sex doesn't mean you can't have a good marriage. Basically, she's saying marriage is not all about the sex. And they looking at her like, ma'am, what? Huh?
But your way to solve this is to bring another person into your marriage to satisfy that one part of your, like, have you asked Patrick why he's not getting it up? You know, there's pills for ED now. I'm just saying. I don't know. And their previews for next week or throughout the rest of the season, both of these relationships are very dysfunctional to me. So why are y'all talking about babies?
Thank you. But the kicker was when Patrick said, I don't want to be a candidate. I'm like, oh, okay. Wow.
Mm,
Wasn't expecting that.
but that tells me I don't think feels like he's in a marriage.
No.
So then why stay? Is it
Here's my
cheaper to
whole
keep
thing.
her?
Here's my thing. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
going off the reservation. So I preface that by saying this. Off the reservation, a little conspiracy.
Mm-hmm.
What if she saw something in his file that could be damaging?
Oh.
So remember, she met him while he was getting his taxes done, and she was preparing his file.
But she never said that she was a CPA. She said she was working in a CPA's office.
Oh, right, but when you put together the files, you have to read the files and you have to read the paperwork in order to put it in the proper order. So I'll say, like, well, there's something about his businesses that she might have a little knowledge of,
Mm.
or they're in business together so deep that trying to untangle that would be a whole mess.
What
And
does
it's
he do again?
he's some kind of artist.
No, she's the artist, isn't she?
Well, she was painting with them. Maybe he was just painting with her. That could be it. But we never. You're out. No, I think you're right. So they never said what his business was.
Mm-mm-mm.
See, right. See, are they financially tied? See, that's what I'm thinking. I keep thinking it could be some sort of like Cody Brown, Janelle, and Christine type situation where they're so commingled financially, it would be difficult to leave. Why does he stay? She's healed from her accident. No one will fault him for leaving.
Is it the house?
Don't know. We need to know more about them.
Who paints in white pants? What kind? I had so many questions when I saw that one scene. I was like, "Girl, get it out." He's in a full-on cover-up, and she's in white pants painting. Girl,
But Debbie, did you notice how maybe I missed the spot, but I didn't see no paint on those outfits.
none,
They were really
none.
clean.
Mm-hmm. But okay, y'all, we'll go with it. There's something wrong with this couple, though, and the previews for next week. Alarm bells. I don't get it. And Noble wanting to move back in. What's the matter? You liked living rent free? What was that? That comment was that he didn't have no chores when he was there. So you was basically living rent free in these people's basement, fucking the wife, and not telling the husband upstairs, and doing it real loud, real loud.
I guess he thought, like, that was payment for it. I guess he thought that was rent.
So basically, he's a prostitute.
Entrepreneur.
Prostitute.
Tomato,
And not
tomato.
even a good one at that, because he got kicked out and now begging to get back in.
Right? How you get kicked out?
I gotta wonder, like, I wonder if Patrick signed up to do this show just to get a few bits of change. But because when he said, I don't want to be a participant with regards to the baby lottery, that spoke volumes to me, because that
sure
was
did.
like, I'm not in this marriage, so you could do that with whoever.
Right.
But I hope he realizes that if she does get pregnant while she's still legally married to him, that's his kid. That's his kid.
Unless she puts his name on the birth certificate. What was I gonna say? Oh, okay, here was like the first alarm for me. When Patrick said bringing in somebody else is a help to both of us. She gets her needs met over there, and I get to work in peace. I'm like, oh. I'm like, oh no.
Noble was a
wow.
bum. Noble was a bum. Oh my God. So the retreat was what? Like, she met him right after he rolled out a lockup?
She said he was the first person she saw.
Wow. And self-employed.
Hmm.
Mm, there's something fishy. There's something fishy about that threesome. I don't know. And oh god, last but not least, we got this threesome. Kenya, Carl, and Tiger. My god.
So I have to say this, Debbie, you were right. I did misunderstand.
Mhm.
Um, it sounds like more like Kenya wants to kick Tiger out, more than her getting her own space. So you're right there because he's acting way too hurt about this. So
Mhm.
she wants to make the move in 3 months. She's like, let's get this going. I need my own space. I'm ready to date, get my groove. They go to meet the realtor. Hi, I'm so and so. I think her name Clarissa. We'll call her Clarissa.
I think it
Um,
was Clarissa.
okay, perfect. This I'm Kenya. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. And these are my husbands. And Clarissa's like, husband? Okay. So here's this was story. In my opinion, this house showing what storyline. Here's why. Clarissa Babykins, you were not dressed the part. That's number one. Number two, you know damn well that house was too small. Y'all just need something to talk about. Y'all need something to push the storyline forward because you're three grown people who need three grown people spaces. Like, come on now, you really Clarissa baby cakes, the bunk beds. That's your storyline. That's your
Mhm.
storyline. So that's a kid's room, pretty much. Come on.
Here's my
Ryan,
issue. Here's my thing. Clarissa's not a realtor. Clarissa ain't sell not one fucking thing about that house. She's not a realtor. She's on production, and she just showed up and getting paid $30 for the day as a side character. She was told what question to ask, and she asked it, and she pretended that she was shocked, right? But any realtor worth their salt would have been selling that house and all the features, and she ain't sell nothing. That was either a rental or Airbnb. Done.
okay, exactly, Dave. I kept waiting for her to tell us the square footage of the house.
She didn't say anything. She
No,
didn't say anything. And a realtor would have known that Kenya has two husbands. The way how Kenya talks about herself and her situation, she would have known that this woman had two husbands, and she would have known what they were looking for. Cuz to me, they all just showed up because production told them to show up.
right.
And instead of fixing the craft service table in the back, they gave Clarissa a chance to earn 30 extra dollars for the day, told her to go to the wardrobe mistress and get that bummed outfit that she had, got her hair curled up, and told her to say smile for the camera. That's how I feel.
She didn't say nothing about the house. I was looking for the square footage, the square footage of each room. And I was just like, okay. And is it bad that I want Tiger to get off the show?
Tiger's real whiny and needy. Like, how did she stay with him for so long?
Oh, Dustin, we don't normally drop the links for our shows. Maybe if you're here next week, we could drop it for you. But this particular week, we just are on a little bit of a time crunch due to our late start.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that, Dustin. But yeah, they're a hot mess. The argument in front of the realtor too, staged. These people, they're in a relationship somehow. Kenya has been touting this for years. Um, I thought it was like staged. I really did. But I did like the conversation that the boys had out on the putting range or whatever you call it. Um,
The driving range. That's what it looked like.
Driving range. There you go. So Tiger's still having issues with this. He's talking to Carl about it. Good for Carl. Carl seems to have a semi decent relationship with Tiger. Tiger admits that he has learned so much from Carl in their whole time together. Like, he's learned the most from Carl. So Carl seems to be like a real big brother to him and helped him really navigate through this unusual relationship that they have. And he feels comfortable enough that he can talk to him. And Carl is a really mature individual. And he's like, I will talk to her for you. I will try to explain, how you feel about the situation. This is how, I assume she feels, but I'll talk to her and let her know how you're feeling. And I can understand your position. I can understand hers. Like, he's a really good mediator between these two idiots, because Kenya seems like a hothead and Tiger seems really needy.
He is.
But I would try to compare Carl to Dustin, but the big difference is that I don't feel recruiter when I see Carl, because Kenya go out hunting all on her own. Like, she
Right.
runs that triad. She runs them. Interesting. Although I think that they're the most heavily produced, um, I I I I think I'll have the most fun with them. That's my take on those. Um, did we miss anything with them? Did they do anything else?
I don't think so. That was pretty much. The only thing it was the whole wedding thing, and I think that's kind of a little bit of storyline too. I mean, I'm sorry, y'all been together 10 years. She don't accept it. Your mama don't accept it. Fine, whatever.
Well, we found out that Carl's parents didn't like it at the beginning either, but they slowly came around.
Right.
Like, what are you going to do about it? You see a decade going by. What are you going to do? Just like, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But his Tiger's parents, his mom, is just still shutting him down every time he tries to talk about it. Oh, well. I think it also has something to do with Kenya. Whether Kenya was married or not, I don't think his mom would have liked Kenya.
Right. And
Just
I
saying.
think I think she knows that because she's taking it very personally.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I wonder if she's putting him in his own, meaning Tiger. I wonder if Kenya's putting Tiger in his own bedroom as a form of punishment.
Mm. Ooh, could be.
Because I feel like at the end of the season, they're going to have the wedding
Right.
and everything will be back to normal with just the three of them. I don't think she's going to bring in anybody else. But I do think I do think she does want her own space,
Mm-hmm.
so that she can decide whether she wants to entertain someone or not. I think Tiger is very needy and suffocating her.
Right. I can definitely see that.
This a mess. This whole show is a mess. Now, Jamal, did you get a chance to take a peek at Dr. What was the name of the show that I told you? Doctor Down There?
No, I'm watching it today. I'm kind of intrigued.
Oh my God. I sat through it. Normally, look, I don't know how I got on to Dr. Pimple Popper last night, but I basically sat down watching it like this, because she has some really gross, interesting things for her new season premiere last night. And then right after was Doctor Down There. And this is a a black female urologist. And in my head, I'm like, oh, we gonna be seeing penises? Wait, what? And she was like, everyone assumes that, it's just for men. But urology pertains to women as well because we pee as well. And there is something that shoots the pee out. Like, she's really good. I loved her. Nigerian descent. I loved her dreads. I loved the African cloths that she would put on her hair before going into surgery. Girl, we was seeing penis tips. Oh my God, we was seeing parts of vaginas. We were seeing prolapse vaginas. What is happening here on TLC?
And this is the learning channel, everyone. The learning
And
channel.
child, I was learning because they had me hooked. The first story was this dude who had a Prince Albert, and he took it out a few years ago, but he's peeing through multiple holes now, and it's kind of difficult because he's trying to teach his toddler how to potty train, but he peeing on the floor more than the toddler. So he had to come to her to get it all sewed up. And I'm just thinking it's a piercing. I didn't know that it goes through the urethra.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna make every man I get a Prince Albert. I was fascinated before, but now I'm just like, I'm into it. If you leave me, I'm taking it out. You're gonna be peeing everywhere.
Oh my goodness.
But it was a serious surgery
Right.
she had to do into
Yeah.
his pee-pee.
Because you're sewing something. You're sewing something up. So yeah.
Oh, she had to sew on the inside before she sewed on the outside. It was amazing. I loved it. Then the second story was this poor lady. She had cysts on her labia for years, and it was multiple cysts. There was a really big one that looked like a testicle, and then there was another one that was near the clitoral hood. But this woman was in so much pain, like she couldn't even do a proper pre-examination. And so
Wow.
like she was going into this surgery blind. She was like, listen, lady, I really have to help you because you are sitting here, you are crying. This is not out of shame. This is just out of pain. And so she goes and like, it's only after they put this lady under that she gets a good look at what's going on. She's feeling what it is. She can determine what kind of cyst it is. And then she discovers the ones by the clitoral hood. And she's like, oh my God, this surgery has now gone up exponentially because if she nicks the wrong thing, this woman will never have satisfying sex ever again. And child, when she got off the first one, which was like, it was heavy. And it was irritating her thigh, like the inside of her thighs. It was irritating her. And then it was inflamed because of the irritation where it was located. And then it was pulling down on the skin as well. And then the one by the clitoral hood, she was trying to get that out and she's trying to be so careful. And then she nicked it and it exploded. And all of the inflammation came out. I was just like, oh, she's never going to have sex again. But no, it was just the cyst that I was all in for this woman. I was leaning forward. When it exploded, I jumped back. I was like, oh my God, I was dying for this woman. But it was okay. She got that one all sorted. It was just extra mess she had to clean up. But she got and it was multiple cysts up by the hood.
Wow.
So yeah, she got out everything, sacks and everything, and then she was able to cut off all that extra skin from the labia. So she gave her a really pretty kitty afterwards. And then and then the last story was this lady who came in with a prolapsed vagina. Child, when we get into the surgery, because like we saw like TLC is so disgusting. TLC blurred out everything except the prolapse coming out. I was like, I know you lying. We saw the head of a penis. We saw a prolapse. We saw the bottom of a testicle. For the labial cyst, like we saw all of this stuff, and so then we get into the surgery. We find out this woman's bladder and rectum is prolapsed into her vagina, falling out. What? Child, if ever there was a reason for me never to have kids, that's probably it. But she said it was so uncomfortable because it was impacting her sex life, intimacy. Like she's feeling that there, and how the doctor described it. She's like, ladies, we've all, had that feeling where, you've had in your tampon too long, or it's not placed in the right position. Well, it's that times 100. And I'm just like, and she showed what a prolapse could look like. She brought out something that looked like a football. I'm like, oh my God, ouch. But yeah, she sorted that out. Oh, and during that procedure, she had to go in basically blind to insert a stitch that would keep all of that up, so it won't come back down again. Like, this lady is the bomb. This doctor is the bomb. I loved her. Awesome show. TLC's really pushing the line, though.
Of course they are.
All right. But if y'all do watch it, let us know if you want us to cover it. I watched it just by accident, but I'm into it. But if y'all want to talk about it, just leave a comment below, and we'll try to figure out something to set it up in our schedule, our very open schedule. All right. So thank you for indulging me on that, but take a look at it. I think you'll like the doctor. She's really nice. But yeah, that's it, y'all. That's Seeking Brother Husband Season 1, Episode 2. 3's a crowd, but 4. How are we getting up to 4? I don't understand the title of this episode because, okay. Unless they're talking about they showed all 4 couples this episode.
Right.
Okay, now I get it. Never mind. Duh. All right, y'all. Jamal, any other thoughts or comments?
No, we're good.
All right, y'all. Well, join us tomorrow. We're going to be talking about Ultimate Girls Trip. Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip, Episode 3 and 4. I have to go watch those now.
Same.
Gosh. So join us tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 noon Pacific, and bring your notes. And we're catching up, y'all. We're catching up. So until next time.
Yep.
All right, y'all. Bye.